So which lav mic should you buy? Or maybe you shouldn't buy a lav mic, maybe you should buy a shotgun mic. So my conclusions in a moment. At the end, you will be listening to all the test samples. But first, before I give you conclusions, let's quickly discuss what we're doing here. So I'm going to compare the sound of 3 microphones. Rode SmartLav, very popular lav mic. Nicama dual mic, SmartLav as well. And the dual because it's got 2 microphones actually, so 2 capsules, so to say. And similar dual mic by Comica. Comica is a CVM-D02 model, whereas Nicama LVM2. And so those dual mics, how they work, they record, they allow you to record basically 2 people sitting far away from each other, and then the sound is recorded to both channels, so they're not separated into left or right, unfortunately, but that's a good thing sometimes, so it's not a bad thing. I would prefer a switch on both of them, but they don't have, they just record exactly as if it were one microphone, and then they record to both channels at the same time, which is fine. Now I'm recording to Zoom H5 to the capsule, which is my cleanest interface for mini jack. I'm also recording for a test, so now I'm recording to my Rode NTG4 Plus right here. So this is a shotgun mic. It costs around £200 on Amazon, so 5 times more expensive as the other mics. And this one goes through a very clean XLR interface by Behringer UMC interface. So this one doesn't have really any noise, which is great. Well, whereas the others, they do have some noise. I also recorded those microphones, those lav mics, through my Realtek sound card in my computer. This is one of the latest sound cards built into the motherboard. Very low noise level, but still there was some noise, and I'm gonna discuss it. Okay, so conclusions now. So if you're looking for a lav mic, okay, first of all, should we use a lav mic or should we use a shotgun mic? Well, shotgun is much more convenient, and if it's the distance like this, 40 centimeters away, the sound will be kind of good. It may not be better than a lav mic, but it will be comparable, and sometimes it will be better. Now, if I get a bit closer, I need to speak a bit more silently, to up to 20 centimeters away, the sound from the shotgun mic will be absolutely much better than those lav mics. But from 40 centimeters away, it's kind of maybe, you know, it's just convenient. I don't need to carry any lav mics. It's just much more convenient. But obviously, if you're doing an interview with someone and you cannot have 2 mics, and those lav mics are much cheaper than the good shotgun mics. But on the other hand, you can get a cheap shotgun mic that might do a good job, like Rode Video Micro or other brands like Pixel. There is this microphone I tested recently. They will do a good job. But for interviews, yeah, a lav mic might be convenient. So which lav mic should you buy? Okay, so the safest choice, I would say, not necessarily the best, is the Rode SmartLav. So the advantages of this mic is that it out of the box, it has the cleanest sound, so no really noise, very tiny, almost negligible, any kind of noise, I mean, or either buzzing or white noise, this shh, it doesn't have it. So you don't need any post-processing, you just bump it up. And it's a good mic for both men and women. Disadvantages of this mic, it doesn't have any kind of a bassy sound, and also it's high end. It's okay. It's not great. It's okay, but it's a very good mic generally. So if that's what you need, I recommend that. The next recommendation would be Nicama LVM2. Now, disadvantages of this microphone is that it has this buzzing sound, and it's quite clear. So if you speak loud, then it's okay. If it's a live streaming, then it will be kind of okay. But otherwise, you would probably need to do some post-processing to clean the noise. And I did it in Audition. I did the capture noise option and removed the noise. And it was quite good, actually, after that. It was quite good. It's actually the best sounding, much better than Rode, I would say. It's got more clarity, especially for my voice. So I think it would be good for both men and women. Now, my voice is not super bassy. I think it is slightly bassy, so I sound better with more bassier microphones. But it's not super bassy, so it's kind of, I would think kind of an average male voice. So I like this microphone from my test. I really like this one, and I think it would be good for women because it does have that presence that in the treble area, you know. So whereas Comica, unfortunately, I would say it's I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It's because it's got both the buzzing noises, but also it's got a lot of this white noise. Shh. And when I removed it in Audition, it still sounded okay, but it didn't have that presence. So it's not good for women, I would say, for female voices. For guys with bassy voices, that will be okay. But I think the most pleasant one to listen to was this one. So Nicama. The second one was Rode SmartLav. Now, my Shotgun NTG4 Plus was best if I was speaking kind of close, like 20 centimeters away from it. But right now, it's kind of in between. It's okay. It sounds different to all those, which you will hear in a moment. So the choice is yours. Now, generally, my recommendations now for buying anything like audio and audio video equipment, buy something a bit more expensive than you think you can afford, especially a microphone. If you're planning to record audio and you're serious about it, spend some serious money. You know, go hungry for a week by buy something more expensive. You know, if I'm using this more expensive mic, Rode NTG4 Plus, and when I just touch it or look at it, it makes me feel good. I just like recording to it, knowing that I spent some good money. Even if the sound advantage is just tiny over the microphone that's half the price, it just makes me feel good. So spend 100, 200 pounds on a microphone. The next level is around 500 pounds, but most people probably, you need to be a professional to spend 500, and the next level is 1,000 pounds. Beyond that, you really need to be a crazy person, or you need to have some super professional studio, you know, to kind of make sense out of buying a microphone for 1,000 quid. So many people do, obviously, because that's how they make their money, you know. But we are not professionals, and for YouTube, it's more than enough. 200 quid is more than enough, and sometimes you can spend 20 quid. So I found this. So normally Nicama retails for around 40 pounds on Amazon, and I got it for 12 quid. Some crazy sales on Amazon simply because the box was a little bit funny, kind of bent like this, but everything seems to be fine with this microphone. Comica, normally 20 pounds. I bought it for 13. Again, there were some sales because, I don't know, the box was bent or something. So this one was a bargain. The Nicama microphone, 12 quid instead of 40, and it's a really good microphone. I think I'm gonna use it more than Rode probably. Now, the disadvantage is that it's got a long cable, 6 meters. When you don't need it, it's a bit annoying, but other than that, it's pretty good. And for convenience, again, I would choose SmartLav because it's got a short cable around a meter, which is just for me, it's perfect, and the quality is quite satisfying. So here you are. That's my summary, and these are my recommendations. Again, remember that you need to have a microphone for your own voice, because your voice will sound different with different microphones. And for me, as I said, I prefer either this or that, or Rode NTG4, or from close recording for handheld microphones, I like my dynamic Behringer microphone, which gives me much better sound. But you know, for convenience, I like to use my Shotgun because it sounds good enough and it's just convenient. So here we are. Let's listen now to the test recordings. Enjoy. By the way, you'll find the links to all the products I have used and discussed below. Please use my links so we can both benefit from it. Okay, so I have now recorded all 4 microphones. As you can see, the levels are very similar. So now I'm going to normalize them to -3, and then we will listen to them. Okay, so now let's listen to all those microphones. First, my shotgun mic for comparison. This is the best sounding microphone when it's from 20 centimeters away. So I'm speaking now to my shotgun mic, Rode NTG4 Plus, no pop filters, no foam, around 20 centimeters away from me. So that's the best probably sounding option. If I get any closer, there might be some popping sound. So let's listen to the silence for a moment. And again, I'm recording to Rode NTG4 Plus, this time 40 centimeters away. In both cases, there is a high frequency booster turned on. I'm also recording to Behringer XLR UMC interface, very clean interface, very clean sound, no noise. So let's listen to silence. Okay, so that's they sound similar, but not so much. Let me play them and I will be switching between them so you can hear the difference. So I'm speaking now to my shotgun mic, Rode NTG4 Plus. There is a high frequency booster turned on. I'm also recording the best probably sounding option. If I get any closer, the bass, very clean sound, no noise. So let's listen to silence. So hopefully you could hear that from 40 centimeters, it's not that great. It's still good, but it's not great. Okay, so now let's get to our lav mic. So the first one is the one that I consider best, the Nicama. However, you will notice a bit of a kind of a buzzing sound in the background, like brew, and I will remove it in a moment to give you a better understanding of the issue. I'm recording now to Nicama LVM2 lav mic under my neck, Zoom H5 level 3.5, so this is a much louder microphone than the others. So I think it's got a really lovely, generally lovely sound. Listen to the silence. I'm recording now to Rode SmartLav under my neck through Zoom H5, level set to 6. It's peaking at around -12, sometimes a little bit more, maybe -9. So this is what it sounds like. Notice the bass and the trebles, and let's listen to the silence. I'm speaking now to Comica CVM-D02 under my neck, both microphones under my neck, like in the case of Nicama. So listen to the sound. You probably will notice there is not enough high frequencies, and also there is a bit of a buzzing noise at the end. So let's listen to the silence now. Okay, so Comica at the end, in that silence, you can hear a very little buzzing, but there is some, whereas in case of Nicama, there is quite a lot. However, you know, as you listen to the voice, you can't hear it so much. It's only when there is a moment of silence, unless I crank up the volume a lot, then you would be able to hear it on your side as well. So now I'm gonna play them again, one and the other, so you can hear the difference. Okay, so let's get started. I'm recording now to Nicama LVM2 lav mic under my neck, Zoom, speaking at around -12, sometimes a little bit more, maybe -9. So, and also there is a bit of a buzzing noise at the end. So let's listen to the silence now. I'm recording now to Nicama LVM2 lav mic under my neck, Zoom H5 level 3.5. More, maybe -9. So this is what it sounds like. Notice the end. So let's listen to the silence now. I'm speaking now to Comica CVM-D02 mic under my neck, Zoom H5 level 3.5. So this is a much louder. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some noise reduction on this track. Okay, so now I'm going to apply that reduction. So I'm going to effects, you can't see it. I'm clicking on capture noise. Okay, so first I'm going to highlight this area where I'm going to capture the noise print. So effects, noise reduction, capture noise print, done. Then I'm going to uncheck that. And again, noise reduction, noise reduction process. Hopefully you should be able to see it now, so let's listen. Others. So I think it's got a really lovely, generally lovely sound. Listen to the silence. I'm recording now to Nicama LVM2 lav mic under my neck. Okay, I hope you could hear that buzzing, which is quite clear, and it's annoying. Many people might not hear, depending on how they listen. If they listen on the mobile, they might not hear it, but if you listen through good speakers or with your headphones, definitely it's there. So I'm gonna use 70%, 7 decibels, apply, and now let's again listen to those mics and compare them, because now it's more representative of the performance. Recording now to Nicama LVM2 lav mic under my neck, Zoom H5. So listen to the sound. You probably will notice there is not enough high frequencies, and also there is a bit of a buzzing noise, trebles. And let's listen to the silence. I'm recording now to Rode SmartLav under my neck through Zoom H5 level 3.5, so this is a much louder microphone than the others. So I think it's got a really lovely, generally lovely. Now I'm speaking now to Comica CVM-D02 under my neck, H5 level set to 6. It's peaking at around -12, sometimes a little bit. So I think it's got a really lovely, generally. And let's listen to the silence. I'm recording now to Rode SmartLav under my neck through Zoom my neck, like in the case of Nicama. So listen to the sound. You probably will notice there is not enough high frequencies, and also there is a... Okay, so here we are. As I said, I think I like Nicama most. However, Rode is nice as well, quite clean, no noise, really. And Comica, it's okay as well. It's not bad. It doesn't have a lot of noise, which is good, but again, it's not as rich as Nicama. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, click on the links below the videos. All the links to all the equipment I have used are there, and if you click on the links, we will both benefit from that. So thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.